Listen, that's always whenever I
Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K Collector tapping in with you on the first day of the second quarter of the year. And I kind of wanted to touch base with you on a game that I do plan on playing throughout the entire month of April. And I'm going to be playing a little bit of this game each night. And this game is none other than Chrono Trigger. Now, Chrono Trigger is a staple in the RPG, library. Chrono Trigger has been released on a number of platforms that I'm sure you're all well aware of. You have Chrono Trigger, which was released on the Super Nintendo, Chrono Trigger, which was released on the PlayStation 1, and then you have the Nintendo DS version of Chrono Trigger. Now, the Chrono Trigger for the PlayStation 1, in my opinion, is the worst. I had it, I sold it quickly. Because of all of the incessant loading times, those can just become a real drag on the gameplay experience. So that's one reason why I got rid of it. And it's just really not the best way to experience it. Now, the sound is better on the PlayStation 1. I got to give Sony that. They nailed that. But the most nostalgic way to play Chrono Trigger is probably going to be on the Super Nintendo. Just takes you back to that time where things just felt a lot more simple. But the most convenient way for sure to play Chrono Trigger is going to be on the Nintendo DS. And because my weeks are typically really busy, this is how I plan on knocking this one out during the month of April. Now, I can't say how much time I'm going to be able to put towards Chrono Trigger. And, as I pulled this game out to really dive into it, it really had me thinking about two things that I don't think sometimes we as gamers or us in the gaming community think about. And that is the time factor in life and the money factor in life. And I just kind of wanted to touch on both of those real quick. So I'll first touch on the money factor. So if you watched my video from yesterday, you'll know that I'm doing a game collecting challenge, but I'm being extremely frugal with this game collection challenge because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anyone who is smart will do their best to save as much money as you can. Try to save as much as you can. It doesn't mean that you don't have fun. It doesn't mean that you don't, engage in the things that you like. But I feel personally like just with a lot of things that I'm seeing, massive layoffs, inflation is still on the rise. A lot of things are going to be changing during this year. I think rough times are ahead, and I'm not a doom and gloomer for sure, but I do feel like just with where the economy and everything is, now is a good time to be smart with your money. I think I saw someone, I'm not sure if it was Super Nintendo, say, I think he mentioned something about being a part of a no spend group, or basically a group where their main goal is to not spend money. I want to join that group so bad, but I've already committed to my video game collection challenge, so I'm going to hold true to that. But yeah, time to really cut out all of the unnecessary spending. If you do need to, or if you do feel that urge to buy a game, really kind of figure out how you can best afford it. Try not to spend discretionary money. Try to sell something before you buy something. Try to figure out a way where you can build a budget to purchase the games that you want, as opposed to just spending and spending and spending. Because, like I said, now is a time where we're all going to want to be real, just careful with how much we're spending. You don't need it right away. If you haven't beaten every game in your collection, then there's no real reason why you need to run out and buy another game. First, play the games in your collection, play the ones that you have, and then, and I know I might be the pot calling the kettle black here, but believe you me, these are things that I'm going to be putting into practice in 2024. And the games that I do plan on buying, the budgets are actively being built for them, and they're really not coming out of any type of discretionary fund, or, basically they're going to be paying for themselves. The second thing I want to talk about is time. I often hear a lot of people talk about how, they feel bad because they don't get enough time to play a game. And I'm always hearing people say, oh, I put 30 hours into this game, or I put 40 hours into this game, or 50 hours into that game. And I guess if you're putting 50 hours or 30 hours into a game over a month or 2 months, I mean, that's one thing. But if you're, for me, I could never put 30 hours in a week into a game, or even 50 hours in 2 weeks into a game. There's just so many other things in life going on, between family, friends, responsibilities, that I just sometimes don't have the time to play the games. And sometimes days, even weeks go by where I'm just not able to pick up a video game, and I don't feel bad for it, and you shouldn't either. If you're a person who you've got responsibilities and you've got things going on in your life, don't feel bad because you didn't get a chance to play some video games this week. Take care of your priorities, take care of your responsibilities. The video games will always be there and always be available for you to play them. But definitely dedicate the time to friends and family for sure. This weekend, I got to have a blast hanging out with my daughter. We went and she flew a kite for the first time. It blew her mind, and it was just amazing to see. And afterwards, I came home and I got to play a little bit of Hagane. So, now is definitely a time where, she's growing, she's learning. And as much as I might want to get into some games, definitely spending that time with her is definitely of the utmost importance. So just keep that in mind as you go throughout the week. Time and money, those two are very finite. And as much as we love video games, you want to keep the priorities the main thing and make sure you're allocating your time and your money properly. As for me, I better go get started on this Chrono Trigger journey because I don't know how long this is going to take me. Wish me luck, and hopefully you have a great week. It's the Y2K Collector tapping in on a Monday. Have a good one.